You're about to watch my interview with Kurly Marwaha about how Feng Shui energies can be applied practically in our business life. If you never heard about it, just listen. It was so amazing. It's a lengthy interview, but I encourage you to stay till the end. It's so exciting to listen and to learn. I've learned a ton myself, took notes. Enjoy. Make sure you like the video. Leave your comment. What was your aha moment? What you're going to do differently after listening to this video? Hello, everyone. I have my lovely guest, Kurly Marwaha. After so many interviews we did together, I can pronounce your surname. It's 2022. Last year, we did a lot of videos talking about energies and how energies affect our business, ourselves, and how to navigate, because not knowing how it works doesn't mean that you're not affected. That's why it's better if we are prepared. And today we are going to discuss the dominant energies and also how to apply this knowledge, attracting clients, navigate your day-to-day business life, and overall well-being, and of course money and prosperity. Over to you, Kurly.
First of all, tell you why you should be using Feng Shui, because I don't want to assume that you know that it works like I do, or that you have experience of it. But you see this glass of water right here, that your building or your office is like this glass of water, and you're inside of it. It's a container for you and everything that you do. And if you don't look after your container and interact with it in the right way, or get it on your side working for you, it can actually do the opposite thing. It can be countering you, right? It can be making you sick on a personal basis, or your employees or colleagues. It can be, if you get it working for you, it can help you bring in clients. A really silly way of explaining it is, your building looks nice, you repaint the outside, and suddenly people are more interested. They look, they might walk in, etc. Well, Feng Shui does that on a whole other level. So it will help your website, it will help you attract clients, it'll help you talk to people who might say no, suddenly say yes, or be more open, give you ideas. You think better, you operate better. It's a very, very profoundly powerful tool for you to be working with. And remember that you're in your environment 24/7. You're never out of it, right? All the work that you do in an environment of some sort. Isn't it better that you get it working for you and helping you, right? Let's talk about the energy of 2022. I really want to give you all the grounding so that you have the information for your planning, for your choices and decisions about where you focus your work or how you strategize things. That's where this information about 2022 is useful for you. And it's important to pay attention to this, because I would say when I talk about the energy of the year, it's a bit like somebody who's hiking or something would pay attention to the weather patterns passing through outside. And it's not because they're necessarily not going to do their hike or their walk. It's because they want to be prepared, and then they want to have the best possible experience and outcomes from that. So they may decide, oh, I'm not going to go up high today because it's very windy and that might be a little bit dangerous, etc. Or they might say, I am going to go up high today because the weather's clear and I get all the views, great pictures. I might record something up at the top and put it out on my social media. So that's how you use this information. You don't focus on what's wrong. You focus on what's right and what you can do rather than what you can't do. That's a really important principle in Feng Shui. When you work with energy, energy is basically the vibration or the essence of something right at its deepest core. So if you focus on what you can do, even if it's one thing you can do out of 10 things, you're more likely to get results and big outcomes from that one thing than focusing on, oh my God, this I can't do, and this I can't do, and this I can't do. 2022 is the year of the water tiger. And the really great reason, it's a really, really great thing, Inga, that we're recording this on the very day that the energy of the year really, really begins, because we're tapping into that energy in the recording, regardless of when you send it out. That's a wonderful thing to do. So 2022 is an important year, really, really important year. Let me tell you why. 2022 is a reset or reboot year. And if you don't understand what that means, it's a bit like your laptop's ready to explode or something, and then IT person comes along and says reset, restart, and suddenly it springs to life and it's working fine, and you're thinking, oh my god, I was so frustrated before, right? Well, imagine that same scenario with your life. Reset, reboot basically means you think about everything afresh from different angles, the way in which you do it, the size of it, everything different, okay? And with fresh pairs of eyes, particularly in 2022 for the reset, reboot energy, it's really, the energy doubles up, it becomes stronger in February to April, and then again November and December, okay? This is really important because, you know, quite often we think, oh my god, I've got a whole year, this energy thing applies to the whole year, and then you relax, got plenty of time, I'm meant to do this and that, and then next thing you know, it's October and you think, oh my god, there's only 3 or 4 months left. Pay attention to February to April, where the energy of the year is bigger, okay, and really, really tap into that, because it's a great year. The Tiger year has big gifts for some of us. The Water Tiger year is, for anybody who's interested, is about the water and wood elements in terms of the Chinese 5 elements. And wood energy is generally about inspiration, growth, development, learning. So you can see why reset and reboot fits into that, right? But then we have the water energy. Now, water energy is about change. It's about movement. So I would say the biggest thing, because a lot of people are scared of change, and I have to put my hand up, Inga, does change frighten you sometimes?
Yes, and sometimes we don't recognize it, right? We focus on our goals, and we think, oh, it's impossible. I'm not afraid. I want it. But subconsciously, we are resisting the change.
Yes. Very powerful point that you've said there. So here's what I would like to share with you about energy and change and how to get it working for you, rather than be in this fear, contraction, stress, anxiety, frustration place. When you find out that change is around you, the best thing to do, rather than trying to run from it, because if it's all around you, where are you going to run to? Of course, it's going to be painful. The best thing to do is instead say, okay, if change is here, rather than me resisting it, why don't I tell it where I want it to focus in my life? So you choose to sit in the control room and steer the change and focus the energy of change on particular areas. That means you have to decide, well, where could I do with some change or some freshening up? Pick something if you can't think of something and just try it. So water energy, and the way it shows up this year is about emotional healing. Why am I talking about this to people who are working on business and careers? Right? Because your business is a reflection of you. Business is only as effective as you are effective. So emotional healing, this year is a really great year to clear out the cobwebs, basically, quite a lot. So I would say this is a fantastic year for you to be writing things out. I'm going to wake up. I'm just going to first thing I'm going to do is write 3 little things of what my intention is for today. That's if you're doing as little as possible. Better stream of consciousness writing. I don't know if anybody's heard of that. That's basically where you get a pen and you get some paper and you just set your alarm for 10 minutes and you just write. You don't stop writing. Even if you set your alarm and you're writing and you think, I don't know what to write, you just write, I don't know what to write. I don't know what that Kurly Whirly was talking about. Here I am writing, got nothing to write about, until something just comes out. You don't need to read it again. This is about pouring out, letting go.
I have a question. So after you finish writing for 10 minutes, you don't look what you have written?
You can if you like, but you don't have to. Okay, this is not about analyzing your life. I'm not here today to talk about how you shift and heal emotional things. Instead, I'm going to give you the tool that will do it for you naturally if you just follow the action.
So even if I don't know what I've written, I was just thinking, just in case if something profound was written during those 10 minutes.
Oh, I hear what you're saying. No, I'm not saying you're not allowed to look at it. By all means, take it further, look at it, analyze it, keep them, look back on them if you want to, do all the things that you want to with them. But as the most basic level, all you need to do is write, and that's it. Let it pour out. Okay, that's it. And the reason for that is because the tiger energy and the water energy, when you put them together, deep, big emotions come up. So you'll find yourself getting angry really easily, or frustrated or irritated, or maybe the energy of doubt, that sort of thing. And rather than sitting inside your body, holding you back, getting in the way of your business plan that you're desperately trying to write and we're very excited about, but something happened and now you could just punch that person in the face, metaphorically, of course, not in reality. It's better that you pour it all out and then you can do what you need to do. What you're doing is you're basically getting rid of all the crap out of your container, and you're doing it regularly. And I suggest you do it at least 2 or 3 times a week, okay, at the least. And if you can do it more often, do it. The next thing that I would say is the wood energy this year is going to bring up, for a lot of people, they're going to be noticing things that maybe feel unfair or unjust, or justice feels really, really important. And so around you, don't be surprised if people are speaking out more, or there's more confrontational conversations going on. People are being called to task more often. You write a statement for yourselves about how you would like to be and be received across this year. Make it your mantra, so that when these things happen, your mantra is there and you're safely with your mantra. And so it might be, for example, if there's chaos around me, I am calm in chaos, right? You just say, I am calm in chaos, and you bring that part of your character out. This year, Water Tiger, there's a lot going on in the economy and finances. This is a really, really good year for you to get your financial world in order. Why is that? Because if things are going to be like this, balls flying around you, you want to know where your balls are and that you're juggling them well. So that means give your money, your finances, lots of planning time, and then give them love and attention all the way through the year. So if you're one of those people who pulls out all the box of receipts at the end of the year to do their tax return, this is the one year that you don't want to do that. This is the one year where you want to put an appointment in your calendar. And I know, Inga, that you talk about systems behind the systems that you set up, then make how you show up in the world so much more shiny and beautiful and glorious. The spring and autumn are more fruitful, so capitalize on those. And then the summer and winter are where you might see some really volatile things happening in the economy. So watch where you're investing, etc. And that's on a micro scale, that's in your business, but also wider, right? Because your clients are part of your business. Look after them the way you would look after your own pocket. And this is really important, because then they'll stick with you. Use the Tiger Year to grow that trust and confidence that your clients, customers, colleagues have in you. In the Water Tiger Year, I'd really like to urge you to look after your liver and your kidneys. Emotions, for example, that are associated with liver and kidneys are anger, are stress, worry, anxiety, fear. Okay, so do something where you offload, you deal with those things. And then physically as well, in your health, just review what supplements, your diet, etc. Make sure that this year you really put some fantastic quality water into your body and hydrate well. Look after your lymphatic system, because that's one of the biggest organs of your body, right? How you release toxins through your skin. Water energy in the year, and this is a really positive thing, I hope you're going to be as excited about it as I am, brings masses and masses of opportunities for things to flow into your life. But remember, if you're Life is packed full. Your diary is so busy. There is nowhere for things to flow into. So create some space. Create some space up here. Create some space in here. Because your dreams and aspirations come from here. Your strategies and systems come from here, right? And clear out the clutter around the office, in your home too, okay, to create the space for that to come into. And then the final two things that I want to say about 2022, if I may, are that, you know, the water energy in the year is really important. It's related to travel, transport, music, finance, the economy, accountancy, stocks and trading, other money related or financial industries, spiritual work, healing, artificial intelligence, communication and speech. Now, Inga's already told me, by the way, that one of the things that's really important to you guys is getting your message out there and really being heard. Well, there's flow and there's good energy in this year around that. Also around language, use of language, writing, copywriting, digital design, communications and marketing industries, and anything to do with growth, structure, learning and teaching. So there's a lot of industries I've mentioned there. Even though I'm mentioning the industries, you guys as entrepreneurs who are stop shops and do it all, right? Because you have to do all the periphery stuff as well. A lot of this stuff applies to you as well. So just know all of this is in positive flow if you put the good systems in place. Really, I can't honestly stress enough. Please listen to Inga's advice this year and get your systems sorted. Because, you know, you have to create the channels for the opportunities to flow in, not just the space. And your systems are what going to allow creating space for that stuff to flow in. It's a really good year to connect with nature, spend time outdoors. So for you guys, it's on a personal level to really make sure your energy is strong and high and wonderful so you can do lots. But actually, maybe if you do podcasts regularly, for example, you invite your guests to come and see you, and you'll film it sitting outside in the sunshine, for example, right? So really be creative about how to access this stuff. Tiger is very much about identity. So get clear on what is my identity, what is the identity of my business, and what's my identity within my business. And you might not have all the answers straight away, and that's okay. Just start off with, what do you absolutely know? And when you find that one thing, oh my God, that's powerful, because you know it with all your heart and soul. Do you have any questions about what I've talked about in terms of the year and its energy?
For me, what was really great, because you confirmed, even though we haven't spoken about it before, but your message has confirmed what I have planned for myself and my business this year. So one thing is, recently, and it came through meditation, I start encouraging everyone to write down intention for each of the social media platform, how you want to show up, how you want that platform work for your business. Even if you're not operating on that particular platform, but you know what you want to create by being there, even if it's just an account. And second one, I decided for myself that this is my year of reinvention of my business, of myself. And also, as you know, I run Magical Creators live event, and every year I choose a topic as overarching theme. And reinvention was the chosen theme for this year. So the moment when you said it's a reset, I thought, yes, how intuitively I was picking up on energies.
I love that, Inga. I really, really do. I think you're spot on. I'm going to give you some feng shui information on things that you can use and tell you how to use it. So it's really, really powerful, and how not to use it. Okay, because there's a lot of myths and conceptions about feng shui out there. First of all, what I'm going to do is, if you haven't already got a pen and paper, I'm going to ask you to click pause and then grab a pen and paper. You're just going to write one word here and there. Okay, but they're going to be really important words and you're going to wish you have written them down. Okay, in Feng Shui, what we do is we have the ability to map out across the layout of your house, every area of your life. So just as a reflexologist can take the bottom of your foot, so if you imagine that's actually my foot, and they can say, okay, that's where the heart and lungs are, and that's where this is, and actually you can do things to that area, and then it literally has an effect on that organ, and it heals or it opens up the flow, and you feel better quickly. You can do something similar with different areas of your life using your house and the floor plan, because it connects with your life so powerfully. Look around your house from wherever you're sitting, and I'm doing it too, and just think, there's certain places in your home that when you sit there, whenever you sit there, you feel better. Your whole body goes, ah. Those areas are not a coincidence. You literally connect with different areas of your home in different ways. So there are power positions in your home that are personal to you, that if you were to have a professional consultation, I would give you, or another consultant. I have taken the energy of the year 2022, and remember 2022 is a pretty big chunk of time, and if you can find a positive place on that and work with it, you could achieve a lot in a year. So I've done the work of getting the energy of the year, and I've put it over a floor plan and then worked out where those power positions are in general for the year. And that's what I'm going to ask you to work with. I'll tell you how to find these areas really quickly at the end. It's very easy. In fact, sometimes it feels too easy. Don't be fooled by that. First of all, when you're doing your visioning, visualizing, and you're thinking about your year and the reinvention of it, you want to sit in the south. So write down south for visualizing. South is really important for visualizing. Okay. In fact, south is important for multiple reasons this year. Right now, in this moment that I'm talking to you, guess where I'm sitting? In the south. I'm sitting in the south right now. This is a good area for and I'm not suggesting, by the way, that you move around constantly. Pick one that feels most important this month or this quarter or this year, and just base yourself there. The other reason why south is really important, and this is a big reason, and it's because south is where you bring in all your leads from. This is where you make your sales from. This is where you sign into the deals from, in the south. So it's a really important area. But however, you might actually need to concentrate on planning instead, right? So you might be in the stage where you're thinking, actually, it's at the front end of the year, I've done my visualizing, etc. We're in February now, and I want to plan. I want to work out which month I'm going to focus on what, etc. So you'll do that from the north part of your home or office, in the opposite direction. Okay. And remember, if you've got your desk based in the south, you can always go and sit at a chair or a sofa or something in the north for an hour or two to do that part of it. So you can use all of these if you think creatively and you think, what can I do rather than what can't I do? So the north is planning, strategizing, that sort of thing. This year, actually, a really great area for you to work with is the West as well. The West is good because the West is all about communication. So you're getting your message clear, you're understanding what your avatar is, etc. All of that is from the West. And then sometimes we need to think about connections and networks and networking. And what we want to do is we want to expand our reach or grow our group of clients or just build up our whole list of contacts. And the area for you to reach out to people, extend your contacts, etc. from is, and your networks, is the north. So we're back in the north again. I'm an entrepreneur just like you, and I have to be really honest. This is what I like doing. I like doing feng shui or sharing feng shui and energy information with people. But just like you, I need to have financial systems, I need to have website systems, and admin needs to be done, etc. And this is a really good year. Reset year is a really good year for you to really think to yourself about, okay, well, that's a bad habit. I don't work on my finances regularly. And habits are really ingrained. That's the whole point about habits. They're hard to change. I want to share with you an area that you can use to help you change bad habits. So, how do you change a bad habit? What you do is you first of all need to make the decision. In the East is where you're going to start taking actions from it, and you're going to make the decision. You're going to then say, all right, so I need to change this habit. What's the very first thing that I need to do to start changing this habit? Okay, don't make it big and complicated. That makes it impossible, and it makes it overwhelming and scary and all of that. Just the first thing, and then you decide, okay, I'm going to change this bad habit, or this habit I'm going to change to improve, because it's not always a bad habit, right? And go to the East, and then you take one action on, and you do that regularly. And because you're going to go to the East to do that, it makes it stepping out of who I used to be into the new me kind of thing, right? Because look what I'm doing on screen. Over here, this is the old Kurly. But then I'm moving to the East and I'm taking this action. This is the new Kurly, the new financially improved, or the new marketer genius, or the new visible for the first time ever. And then you can go back to your desk or etc. But remember that I'm not suggesting you move your desk like this all around. I'm not suggesting that at all. So here's how you do it. Okay, those are the areas. Here's how you do it. What you do is you decide which one of these things is most important to me right now or over the next month. And then also look at these areas in your home or your office and make sure that they're accessible. So for example, if the East is your bathroom, clearly you're not going to go and sit at the toilet and put your desk in front of you there, right? That's impractical. You can't access it there and work from that place. But what you can do is, so you, first of all, you find out what you can access in your home. Then you decide what's the big thing that's really going to reset and change my life if I work with this? And then you work with that. And I would say to you, from my experience, that if you're an entrepreneur and you're not in profit, then work on that lead generation. That's really important. If you're not alive and the income flow in is giving you life as a business, then there's no point in working on anything else. But at the same time, if you're an entrepreneur and you're spending all your time on the existing clients and you haven't got time to lead generate or something, then talk to Inga and find out what systems you can put into place so that you have the capacity to create that life breathing business flow. So here's what you do. Find the areas in your home or office. Make sure that they're accessible. Decide your priority. Let's say you have an area that isn't accessible, but you really, really think that's the one I need to work with, but Kurly, right? So then what you do is, instead of taking your whole house floor plan, you just take the room that you use as your office and you divide that up into the different directions. And then you use the direction that you want within that space. And so how do you find the direction? You get your compass on your phone, free app, and then you go to the center of your house or the center of the room that you want to work with. You literally get the compass up on the screen, and then what you do is you put it down in the center. You don't need to work this out accurately. Roughly just judge where the center is, and then just look, where is the south? Where is the east? Where is the north? And then put it into action. Don't take my word for it. Try it out. See for yourself. You've got nothing to lose and everything to gain if this works. So how do you use this area? I'm not saying that you go and sit there and sleep there in the south and somebody comes, your family member, say, no, I can't come sit and watch the TV over there. I have to sit in the south. It's income lead generating for me. I'm not moving from the south. Never. No, bring my dishes here. I'll eat from here. Thank you very much. I'm not suggesting you do that. And I'm kind of making fun of it a little lightheartedly. But really, here's how you use this feng shui really powerfully. What you do is, instead of sitting there all the time or sleeping there all the time, remember, you work in unison with the universe to make things happen in your life. If you want your home and the universal energy to work with you, you have to work with it too. You have to take actions related to that same goal too. So instead of sitting there in the south for 24 hours, 7 days a week, etc., what you do is you say, okay, every single day or twice a week, I'm going to go and sit there and I'm going to do phone calls, leads generating, or I'm going to sit there and I'm going to do all my Facebook posts for the week on Facebook so that they then go out every single day, right? So we call that the hour of power, where you sit down really refreshed, get into serious action, massive action, and then you send it out to the universe, and you relax and you move on to something else, etc.
It was very, very practical, and whether you believe it or not, you can try and see how it will work. And I think what I've decided for myself, I'm bringing more fun, more playfulness into my life, and just trying and experimenting. And I think it will bring new colors into our life.
That's beautifully said, Inga. Really, really beautifully said. Think about a tiger in nature. A tiger is not afraid to go here and there, but sometimes it's very cautious. Think about water. Water flows in every direction. That's how expansion happens. So that's what I'm inviting you to do this year. And that's what Inga's just so beautifully described.
Thank you, Kurly. You can find details about Kurly's website, how to connect with Kurly, in the description below. I would highly, highly recommend to book a session with Kurly and go and dive deep into how you can maximize the energies of this year.
That's wonderful. Thank you very much indeed, Inga. It's been a pleasure doing this for your group.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. And by the way, those of you who are watching and you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do.
Yes, do.